What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, Randy with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you another fantastic Grand Gangster War video for you today. In today's video, we'll be talking about how to build for progressing in the upper tier Explorer menu. As you can see here on the screen, I am in stage 670. I am currently rank 1 on my server, and I'm followed closely by Just for Fun. The combo that I'm currently using is going to be a mixture of legendary and mythic quality heroes in the correct positions to maximize my benefit. First, we're going to have Daniel in the front line. Daniel is going to give me a lot of rage when I start the fight, 150 rage when I start the fight. He is going to give me 6 seconds of 45% haste for my units when he triggers his rage skill. And when he dies, he is going to debuff the enemy's enforcers and take away 150 rage, making Daniel maybe the strongest hero in the game for frontline enforcing. He will give you 150 rage at the start and take away 150 rage when he is killed from the enemies, which gives you a 300 rage surplus over the enemy team. This is going to allow you to maximize your damage output and really dominate the enemies, okay? Next, in the front line, I have Belt. You may be wondering why I have Belt and not Tuco, and we'll talk about that in just a moment, okay? Let's go ahead and open up some skills here, and I'll show you. Belt is a tremendous hero who has great HP and defense, and most importantly, he has a massive healing skill. He is almost invincible. When he triggers his skill, he starts taking reduced damage, he's immune to crowd control, and he gets this for 8 seconds. This massive heal plus immunity to crowd control and essentially taking 60% less damage makes him actually even more tanky than Tuco. Tuco is really interesting because he has that sort of cheat death ability where he is able to not die for a moment and then activate his damage and his heal, right? He also becomes immune and does a lot of life leeching. However, he does not reduce damage as much as Belt. So you end up in a scenario where potentially Belt is tanking 2 or 3 enemy enforcers while your damage dealing enforcers come in behind and blap them right in the face, okay? The other enforcers that I'm currently using in the Explore menu, let's take a look at that again, okay? So we have Daniel in the front, we have Belt in the front, we also have Arthur in the rear. Arthur is a really great enforcer because he does a high damage ultimate that crowd controls the enemy, which is really tremendous. Combined with Audrey's back row offensive capabilities and her massive damage dealing ultimate, she is going to blink to the back, hit some of these folks, maybe punch Joan right in the face, and do a crazy amount of damage when she's able to activate her ultimate, which will also give her invulnerability for a few seconds. So you end up having Audrey giving herself invulnerability, allowing more targets to switch to Belt, at which point he will continue tanking very nicely. We also have Theodore in the back row, which you don't have to have. I actually have found that Joan is a little bit better than Theodore in many cases, but I need to level her up. I only have her at level 150. She is on my secondary bomber march, so at the moment I'm using Theodore. But again, Joan can actually out-damage Audrey in many cases. So I have to say that Joan is going to be one of the best in slot to put over there. In the meantime, we are able to use Theodore as a high damage dealer. He does solid damage. He also has some other great abilities, such as AoE damage every 2 attacks. He's got the invincibility at the start and giving himself Fury, okay? And he also boosts all of your enforcers' Fury regeneration rate. This pairs really nicely with Daniel. I would say if you're going to use Daniel and you have Theodore at least at 1 or 2 stars, you may want to put Theodore in because he's going to complement Daniel very nicely. Like we were talking about before, Arthur's ability is going to jump into the middle of these folks. He is going to do a lot of crowd control. He's going to drop their march speed. He's going to do good damage over time, crowd control them. And Audrey is really the main thunder cannon in this build. Her ultimate is one of the highest damage ultimates in the game. She hits 8 times, 130% damage per hit, and she is invincible for the few seconds that this happens, all right? So let's go see all of these things in action here, and let's see what's going on. Okay, let's check it out. So again, you should see my enforcers with some nice rage at the start because of Daniel. Daniel is going to live just long enough to trigger his ultimate. You just saw Belt trigger an ultimate. Daniel just triggered an ultimate. Audrey's shooting people in the face. She's dead now. Theodore's over here. I still have Daniel. Look at this. Oh, my God. And by the way, Daniel giving yourself 45% attack speed haste combined with Belt's ability to do crazy, crazy damage every 4th auto attack makes a crazy, crazy combo that allows you to have Belt dominate the enemies. And look at that, folks. My Audrey actually died very quickly in the fight, and I was able to, with Belt, dominate the enemies. Here we go on to stage 672. Audrey was able to get an ultimate off here. Belt is down. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, how did that happen? Audrey's getting a second ultimate. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And that was a failure. That's fine. Wow, Belt died really fast, which is interesting. If you lose, don't be afraid to try again. Belt died way too quick. Something happened. He should not have died that quickly, so let's see if we can replicate this actions. Ooh, oh my God, Belt died again. Wow, oh my gosh. I may need to adjust the placement slightly to give him more of a chance to live longer here, but Audrey is still shooting people. We still have Arthur. This looks like it is going to be pretty close. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. And that is how you crash and burn on level 672. So, it's all about positioning as well. Positioning is very important. As you saw, Belt really got punched pretty hard in the face by a lot of their heroes. So I'm going to switch him and Daniel. I want Daniel to die first. I want Belt to live long enough to activate his damage mitigation and his healing. And he just got it. There it is, folks. A quick swapperoo. And we were able to really get a lot more value out of Belt. All of my heroes are alive. This looks like this is going to be a win for us, most likely. Yes, that is domination. So again, sometimes it's just about switching the position of your heroes to allow you to maximize the output here. So if you guys have enjoyed today's content, we did it live in one cut with no editing. I hope I didn't stutter or say anything stupid. Feel free to like and subscribe. I love you long time. Grand Gangster War, ladies and gentlemen. Randy out.